So the next topic we're gonna cover is B1 iPayment. So this is something, I mentioned earlier, all those solutions, really anybody who runs SAP Business One can use them. It's true, absolutely true. B1 iPayment is if you have customers they want to pay by credit card, or if you have customers, they want to have credit card on file, and I'm a big ordering person because I don't like to shop. I keep my credit card on file, and every time I order something, just put it on there. This is the solution for you. It's called B1 iPayment. This is a solution. You do not need to have the usability package to run it or any other of our other products. But if you do have print and deliver, you can automate some stuff also, and I will show you that also. So B1 iPayment is very secure. You will never have credit card information in your database. You will not. Um, as I said, you can automate everything. You can automate your authorizations for a credit card when you do sales orders, or automate your settling. So, once you deliver your goods and then you create invoices, then automatically it will be settled. So let me go into SAP Business One, and I'm gonna go to Administration Add-on, and I will start my B1 iPayment. So as I mentioned, it's very secure. Once you have it connected, you will see right here B1 iPayment. What you do first, you have to do configuration. And I want to mention something to all of you. All of our products you can always install as a trial version, okay? So we give our products as a trial version, and the beauty is if you have it configured already, for example with B1 Up, you did some configurations, you did some buttons, validation, you're not going to lose that, okay? So once you buy the permanent license, yeah, you already configured some, it's just going to stay there. So keep that in mind. All our products, you always can have a 20-day free trial, okay? So here I'm with the iPayment configuration screen. You need to select one of those gateways. Very important. We support the gateways you see here on the screen. Okay. If you need multi-currency, you have two choices: Trust Payments or CyberSource. Okay, they are the two. They can in this list they can actually support multi-currency with one connection, because you see we only have one connection right here per gateway. Okay, so you select your gateway, and you see right here I have demo mode, and that's something you can do if you want to try it out. Okay, and we have dummy credit cards and all that stuff for you. Depending on the gateway, the general tab, oops, depending on the gateway, the channel tab kind of changes. And right here, you are telling iPayment when do you want to authorize a credit card. So, very common on a sales order. You put in a sales order and you want to make sure they have the funds to do, buy those goods. So in my case, you see right here, sales order, I want to show a pop-up because I want you to see it. That's why I'm doing that. You can do automatic authorization or don't do anything. All the other ones, I'm not doing anything. I want to authorize. My rule is I authorize on a sales order, and I'm going to charge on an AR invoice, because you have to have an invoice, okay, to charge somebody. Let me go back to authorization. Also very nice is, so when you choose a gateway, ask them how long the authorization is good for. So if they say 7 days, you put 7 days in here. If they say 30 days, you put 30 days in here. What's really nice is, because maybe you have back orders, it happens, of course. You have this option right here, automatic reauthorization. So iPayment is smart, and it looks if any authorizations are expired, it will reauthorize it automatically. So again, so you don't have to think about it. I think every customer uses that. I think I have not had one customer that don't use that. And what's very popular is also this, the markup. Because when you do a sales order, they see the goods and everything, but then you do a delivery. You don't know what the shipping costs yet and all this. All comes on the AR invoice. So you want to mark it up a little bit to make sure you're covered, okay? with the money. So you can do it per amount or percentage. It's up to you. Then settlement, as I said, on an AR invoice. You gotta have an AR invoice. It can be a down payment invoice, reserved invoice. And what's the beauty of this is it creates the incoming payment while it does the settlements. And I know you all like that, because to do an incoming payment in the system is a lot of clicks. So here you don't have to do anything anymore. Okay. Then you have permission. This is really who can do a refund. If there needs to be a refund, you choose the employees and then alert if there's an internal issue, who should get the alert. This is your configuration. Okay, it's really about when do you want to authorize, when do you want to settle. So, well, on an AR invoice, but do you want to do batch settlements or on a document level, for example? Because we do have under banking, credit card processing that comes from iPayment. You see you have reports here, so you can do a batch authorization and a batch settlement. Okay, so you don't have to do it one by one. Okay, there's certain people there in charge and they just go in before they go home and do the settlements from all the invoices they were invoiced today, for example. But of course, if you remember on the B1 usability package, we have a scheduler, and we have the same on the iPayment on the credit card side, and I will show you in a minute, because you can automate it. So you don't have to think about it before you go home to settle all the invoices. The system will do it for you. But let me go to a customer, and I'm going to pull up a customer. And which one do I choose? Because I just said somebody. Let me go to MaxiTech. So there's my customer. Let me make it bigger so you see it better. I have this credit card button right here. That comes from iPayment. That's not from the usability package. And what's the beauty is with B1 usability package now, with all those fields here, you just go here and start hiding those credit card fields from SAP and make a little bit more room. And this is how you hide an item with the usability package. I keep going back to it, and am I? Because I just love it so much. So I have this credit card button here, so I'm gonna click on here, and maybe I'm on the phone with you and say, hey, you know what? Daniel, I give you my credit card. I want you to keep it on file. So I'm gonna go here and say add. I'm gonna add a credit card. Now I'm going out to my Gateways browser, and I'm gonna put in the credit card. So I'm on the phone, I'll give it to you, I'm gonna read it to you, and there we go, and I'm going to save it. There we go. So I go back to SAP, and I'm going to click refresh really quick, and guess what? Here it is. So what's happening, I give you my credit card, you're typing it in, and what's going to happen, it goes out to authorize.net in my case, to your gateway. It creates a token because all our gateways only work with token, and that's what you most likely want. Creates a token, and now it's on file. I can always name it whatever, or I say, hey, which contact person gave me this credit card? Rosie gave me the credit card, and so on. You can also put a maximum amount per transaction. So maybe I'm telling you, never charge more than $500 per card. Okay, so you can put that in here. So maybe I'm a paranoid person and say, no, I don't want to give you my credit card because I don't want it to get stolen or whatsoever. You can always do this and say copy to clipboard. Okay, and then you send me an email and say, hey, Rosie, here is a link. Please enter your credit card. And I would click on the link. I'm in Atlanta. And I would put in the credit card information, and guess what? It will flow into here. Okay, so you can do that too. You can send a credit card link. Okay, so I have credit cards. I'm all good to go. If I go to, I'm going to show you really another customer really quick, Protomex right here. You see they have more than one credit card on file. So you can do that also. Just make sure when you have more than one credit card, one needs to be the default if you automate something, okay? So now I'm gonna go ahead and go to my multi button, and I'm gonna put in a sales order. And remember my configuration, I said I want to authorize the credit card on my sales order. What's really nice is also, so when you put in a document and this is a credit card customer, you can always go in here on this tab and say, no, actually they have a credit, don't do anything on this document. So you have still options. I'm gonna go here, everything looks good, and I'm clicking add. What it's going to do is it's gonna authorize the credit card, and you see I have the pop-up because that's what I told it to do, because I wanted you to see it. I like it if you do it manually by document, is because I still can change the default card to another card, or maybe I split it between two cards, or maybe I wanna mark it up more because this customer gives me problems, and so on. So I'm gonna click authorize, and there we go. You see on top, sales order authorized, which is super, super nice. Okay, so the sales order is authorized. If you go here, iPayment, it's authorized. So if I go, if let's say I call you and I said, oh, you authorized the wrong credit card, it's the wrong one, no problem. You can always go in here and go to authorization and void it. That's not a problem. So everything looks good. Salesperson sees if they have a license for iPayment, they see it's authorized, and now I'm going to create an invoice. Oh, I gotta go here. Look, I'm so right-clicking now. I'm gonna skip the delivery. I'm gonna go straight to invoice because I told iPayment I want iPayment to settle on an error invoice when I add an error invoice. So I'm gonna click add. And you're going to see it's going to close it out because it creates the incoming payment. Oops, we still have to pay taxes. We put a tax code in there, and there we go. So it's going to do its thing. It's talking to the gateway on the bottom, and it's doing its thing, and there we go. It's settled. And see, the error invoice is closed. That's why it's so cool. You save a lot of time. So it's closed, it's settled. If I go here, you see error invoice, this is the incoming payment, and of course you can drill back from here. If I go back to the sales order and refresh the sales order, watch this. It goes from authorized to settled also. Okay, so then really quick, it should be a teaser. I could go on and on. Maybe you need to refund this because for whatever reason you just go refund now. You refund this invoice. In the bottom it talks to the gateway, then it's going to ask you if you want to create a credit note, then it would copy everything to a credit note. I'm going to say no, I don't want to do a credit note, I want it to be opened up. Watch this, I have the error invoice here, the settled error invoice. Let me hide this on the back. I'm going to refresh, and you see it's open now, and it says refunded. Isn't that cool? You can follow full traceability. If I go to my sales order again, remember it said settled, I'm going to click refresh, it says refunded. It follows through. So I'm going back to my error invoice, and again, I'm going to tell you, you know what? I'm clicking a little bit too much here. There we go. I'm going to tell you, you know what? Send me a link. I want to pay it myself. You right click, iPayment, create pay now link. And what this does, you send me an email and you're gonna say, Rosie, this is an invoice that has been open forever. I need you to pay this credit card. I click on that link and I have the invoice number, the total, and I put in my credit card information and click pay. And it's going to come back to SAP. It will close it out and create the incoming payment because that's what I told it. You will also get a message. Let me see if I have. If they add a new credit card on a business partner, you get this, or a new payment has been received if they just paid an invoice with the link. Okay? So, that being said, right now you right click, create the link, and then send it one by one. With print and delivery, you can automate that. Remember that emailing mass delivery, you can set this up and you can actually do a a Pay Now link. Let me go in here under my draft folder really quick, and Pay Now link. You can do a mass delivery, and so print and delivery, you put the logic in there, it pulls those invoices you want, and you can create the text like this, attach this, the invoice so and so. You can pay by clicking on this link, and it would open up for the customer, and they can pay straight from here, from the email. So you don't have to do it one by one. Or maybe even better, remember those attachments you saw earlier? You can put the Pay Now link here and click on it and send it to the customer. Okay? So you know. So with print and delivery, you don't have to go in there, right click one by one, send me an email, next one. You can do it as a mass delivery. So you can, so I showed it to you on a document level. You do your authorization on a sales order and then on an invoice settlements. You can do it as a batch, but of course the beauty is that we have a scheduler. Same thing like you saw basically on print and delivery. The options are authorizing or selling, which document, and I'm gonna do daily. I settle daily, maybe at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Another thing, you talk to your gateway, when do you actually settle? Because, you know, banks only settle once a day, and you make sure you settle before that so you get that money that evening into your bank account. Okay, and then you of course have some reporting here also with print and deliveries, print and delivery, I say, iPayment, sorry about that. So that was our iPayment. Very secure, very simple to use, but very powerful. If you do credit cards, this is one now. If you do credit cards, guys, this is the tool to use.